Being a retro hunter, a video game hunter, hunting for all things nostalgia, when you are in the heart of the Midwest, it can be rough during the winter months. There's no garage sales. No. It is all thrift stores and pawn shops, and everybody else in this area that is hunting is doing the same thing.
Guys, handhelds are going to spike. They already are starting to spike, and Nintendo DS stuff is going to get hot. It's starting to get there, and we found a couple DSs in this episode, a Zelda variant, a red DS. When you find that stuff out in the wild, pick it up. I know we didn't get that crazy of a flip on them, but it's still cool to find them, and they are going to get hot. So keep your eyes peeled for DS stuff.
Alright guys, it's been a pretty insane day hunting. I just spent $73 at a different pawn shop. I got this Link, it's got one of the Zelda games pre-installed on it, 2DS. Got it for 65 bucks. Looks like it's going for about 120. There are a few scratches you can see on the screen there. So I'm probably gonna list it low, maybe like 90, 100 bucks. And then I got some DVDs. Their DVDs here are super cheap. They used to be 50 cents, now they're a buck. 13, looks like about 15 to 18. This is sealed, so probably get 14 out of that. Probably 10 to 14 out of that, so not a bad run. Alright guys, leaving the pawn shop here. Picked up a DS Exile. It was 30 bucks. I think get price 60 out of it. Not too bad of a pick. DS stuff is getting hot.
I think a lot of parents are starting to get rid of DS stuff, you know, because the kids have grown up, they're going out to college, and all this stuff's just sitting in houses. So people that aren't in the gaming community, they don't know that this stuff has value. So they're taking it to pawn shops, they're taking it to thrift stores, and it's there for your picking.
Game hunting has definitely changed. It's not dead. Game hunting is not dead, but it's kind of few and far between that you go out and find dingers. So if you don't change your scope, you're not going to have fun doing it. But if you just chip away, look for these other things you're going to see in this video, toys, DVDs. I mean, these are just things we know about. It can still be done, and you can still collect on a very tight budget.
Alright guys, in the Salvation Army that I hit every day on the way home from work, and this place is usually pretty dry, but I have been on a heater lately. I have found Vita games, I have found multiple Wii's, an Xbox 360, and now an OEM NES Classic for $24.99. Last time I looked, these were going for like $89.99 to $100, two controllers, so let's go.
Blows my mind we're finding these classic consoles. An NES classic console, like who's getting rid of that already? I keep finding them. I think this last year, or last 12 months, I found 3 or 4 NES classics, 3 or 4 Super Nintendo classics. So where I'm finding them mostly, the one in this video was at a Salvation Army, but I found the majority of them at pawn shops. So keep your eyes peeled for those. They sell really quick, and that's always good when you're flipping stuff.
I was here at the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. Look at this. I think it's like a $40 Wii game. Pretty sure. I'm telling you, Wii stuff everywhere. Fortune Street, Square Enix. Man, I'm gonna grab these as well. I think this is like a $12 game. It's a good bundler. And then I just can't leave WWE with Attitude behind. All games here are $3.99, so we'll definitely cover with Fortune Street. But no manual in there, which kind of sucks. But anyway, we'll still get a good turn on that.
You'll see here and there that there are games and stuff that we pick up, mostly video games, that we don't sell or show a sold listing for because they don't have enough value to make it worthwhile of listing on eBay, selling on eBay when you're going to get $5 out of them. But we've got totes built for bundlers, so they're great to throw in if you get a PS1, PS2, or whatever console you're talking about, because it can help make that posting more attractive to somebody. Also, it's great for when you go to game conventions, and we've been doing vendor booths at game conventions over the last year or so and planning to do more this year, so it's always good to have some budget bins where, you know, $5 games, $7 games, and kind of have those out front because people like deals, you know, so it's why you pick these up if they're clean, if they're CIB, and you're not overpaying.
Guys, Minecraft, the stupid game where you hit blocks and you build stuff. I mean, it's not that stupid. I played it a ton when I was a kid. It's actually really fun. But man, finding it in the wild, that's a quick flip, easy money for any console, dude. It sells immediately and it's a great profit. I don't understand it. It's everywhere. It's on every console. Why is it worth so much? I don't know. But if you find it in the wild, pick it up.
The thrift after a long overnight work shift. But I just had to hit the thrift. This is always an easy flipper. They're a little high on this one, but comparatively to what they usually are, it's still a great price. But these flip so easy. If you see Minecraft around, you better snatch it. Guys, leaving the pawn shop, spent $4.28 on these PS2 games. The Punisher is looking a little rough. I gotta get it resurfaced, but everything else is looking pretty good. I'm probably only gonna keep the Suffering and flip the rest. Let's go.
Short story long, didn't keep the Suffering on PS2. Why? Because the game is so much cheaper on the OG Xbox. I picked that game up for like 12 bucks on the Xbox. And I just sold that sumbitch.
The Punisher needed recased, it needed resurfaced. By the time it came into the GOTG studios, going into Nostalgic Planet studios, same room, different entities. It was a new entity.
Alright guys, I have a pickup to really write home about, but I got 7 of these double pack mini brands, and these are pretty hot right now. I think you can get about 20 bucks a crack out of them, free shipping, or $14.99 with if I charge shipping. So there's 7 of them. I think I'm going to turn that into probably close to 100 bucks out of that 28. Let's go.
Guys, VCRs are a hot thing to pick up, especially VCR combos. But the risk with VCRs is sometimes they don't work. And as you just saw, one of them didn't work. We still got our money back, we still made some profit because we got 2 of them, 1 didn't work. But man, I think it's worth the gamble to pick them up even if they don't work, because sometimes flipping them you can make a ton of profit.
Okay, we are in Salvation Army at $9.99 on this Sony DVD VCR combo with the remote, so we're gonna get that. And then,
Of course, here we go with the voiceover shit. Can't get it raw because the plastic is crinkling and all this stupid shit. But little high priced, I feel like. $9.99 on bags of Wrestlers. And then I saw a Macho Man. Wasn't sure at the time because you can't open these. You can't open these and like see what you're dealing with. I wasn't like sure. Like, is this a big deal? Toy Biz Macho? I don't know. I'm gonna grab these 2. Truth be told, there were like 7 bags of Wrestlers, and I just procured these 2 out of here.
Now at most stores you can probably plug in a VCR and test to see if like it turns on or the buttons work, but there's not going to be a TV laying around to see if the tape works or stuff like that. So it is a risk. And also look for if it has HDMI out, those probably sell for a lot more. And if the remote is with it, pick it up because that's just going to add more value and you'll get more money out of it.
These Wrestlers, man, it was really cool to find those. I was really excited. I seen them in the glass case at a Salvation Army, and I didn't quite know what I was looking at, but these actually turned out, I thought that a lot of them were Mattel, but getting a close look, because I couldn't open the bags and look at them. Turns out it was the early Jack stuff, and there's actually a Rocky that hasn't sold yet that was in there in the red, white, and blue trunks, and it's like a $30 or $40 figure, so it's going to end up being a better pickup than what you see. But those Nasty Boys, they sold really quick, and then the rest of them will chip away. A lot of these that were in this pickup go for $7 to $10 pretty easy, so it's just a matter of getting them moved through the inventory.
at the Thrift and check these out, man. Some vintage stuff Ninja Turtles. They got $1.99 a piece on them. Not in bad shape, a little faded. The raft's looking pretty good. These look like they're going for like 15 to 24 a piece. So I want to lot them up and let it rip. A little bit of a blast from the past today at the Thrifts, guys. I got those turtles just the last stop, and then I got for $4. Tetris and Dr. Mario. Decent label, but the killer is freaking $3.99. Rounded up a penny to donate to a good cause. Let's go.
It's weird when you're out hunting how some days just kind of align. It was a weird day. I found those Ninja Turtles stuffed, and I knew right away they were like the vintage. What is it? Was it Playmates? I think was the brand on those, and I knew that those would sell pretty well. And then the very next stop, no joke, the next stop, up in the glass case with all this disc space stuff, was a lone Super Nintendo cartridge. Dr. Mario and Tetris. Not a huge flipper, but just in the same day to find stuff from like the 90s. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty cool. I was really happy with that pickup.
Good old Catan dice game. It's new. It only sells for about $10 new, but I'm still gonna get it. This is a game we played as a band on the road, and so yeah, I just want to snag. Be a good flipper for us.
Oh, look at me. I don't know how to film in the wind, so I have to do a little voiceover. But went a little heavy-handed here at Salvation Army. $57.88. All these sealed Simpsons DVDs. $4.99 a whack, but oh baby. This was a good turn. And we actually kept a little South Park for the collection. And season 1 of The Simpsons that wasn't sealed for the collection. DVDs, it's a learning game. You just gotta learn. You gotta go out, you gotta look things up, you know, pull 10 or so that you haven't maybe seen around before. There's a lot of DVDs in this video that I normally probably wouldn't have picked up, but like they were sealed, so like True Blood doesn't usually sell very well unless it's the complete set. But this sealed variant was a pretty good turn. And then this Simpsons stuff. Simpsons stuff does not typically resell very well because you can watch it so many different ways. But these sealed ones ended up being a great pickup. And then I seen that 90210 at a Goodwill. And it wasn't the original, it was a new series. I was like, there was a new series of 90210. Missed that. Well, apparently a lot of other people did too, because it's pretty rare stuff, and one of them happened to be sealed. So that ended up being a pretty crazy turn. I had no idea when I grabbed those specific things to see what they went for, what they were going to go for, but I knew that I don't see them very often. So went ahead and pulled the pen, scanned them with the eBay app, and yeah, made some good change.
Guys, it's Christmas Eve, and I've done it again. I have done it again. Spice World. Oh yeah. How much, you ask? I don't know if you can see it on there. Maybe, front camera, $1. Spice World. I'm freaking pumped. Let's go. Little Street Sharks, these MacGyvers are bangers. It's definitely worth that $10. I don't know what else is in there really, but just for that Street Sharks DVD and that, it's worth it for sure. And that looks sealed, kind of blue and gray. We got all these sealed Lord of the Rings deals. And these stream minis. Looks like they're going for a little bit, so let's go. Alright, just leaving the Thrift, 18 bucks. 10 of that was on this DVD, and I did it because of these two MacGyvers. And I don't know what that Street Sharks is. I don't know if you guys remember Street Sharks, but they were badass. I don't remember if the cartoons were good, but the figures were sweet.
Street Sharks! 4 heroes fighting to stop Dr. Paranoid and his evil creations from taking over the world.
And because of nostalgia, we kept the DVD. And we've been watching it every Saturday morning. Those MacGyver sets will cover for sure. I bet we get, I don't know, at least 30 a piece out of those. There could be some other dingers in here. I don't know for sure. I do know there's a sealed DVD thing over there. But the rest of the stuff I'll probably just take somewhere and donate, unless it's worth selling. And then I got these Funko sealed Lord of the Ring deals. Looks like they're going for about 25 a piece. They were $1.99. But there's a couple rare ones in here. These like 1 out of 36, 1 out of 72. Like this sumbitch right here, I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings. He's going for like over 100 bucks. So I'm like, dude, do I try opening these? I got 4 of them, so I've only got $8 in it. Or do I just get my money out of them, sell them for 20 bucks a crack, turn, you know, $8 into 80? That's probably what I'm gonna do, but it might be fun to get home and just film me opening these and probably getting really pissed that I did. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Well, I guess according to your math, that was hunting video number 12. I lose track of all this.
12.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
It is out of control, but I think we painted a very good picture of what game hunting is like now in 2022.
Yes.
I really think it still happens, but kind of gone are the days of walking in and finding just stacks of old retro games. You're lucky. Every 3 months or so, if you find anything cartridge-based, you're winning the game.
I mean, we found one in this episode of Tetris Dr. Mario for $4.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So you got to kind of change your scope. What works for you? We know what works for us. I know a ton about movies. I know a ton about toys. I know a ton about 90s, and I know a ton about old electronics. So that's my scope. Your scope may be different, and you maybe see that variety here. Nothing really to write home about, but we're chipping away.
Yeah.
And
this whole episode
amounts to something.
This whole episode just proves that incremental gains is how to do it, because when I was putting this episode together, I was like, man, not anything crazy, we're doubling up here, but then when I looked at the math, I was like, dude, we're making enough money to like pay rent.
Yeah.
Now this is rent in Iowa, not rent in fucking California.
Yeah.
But still, like we're making enough money just in those small, stuff adds up. So speaking of adding up, let's talk about the math.
Math books.
So in this episode, we had a total spend of $344.81.
Yep.
Our total sales was $1,246.04.
For shiny Abraham Winkins.
So you subtract our total spend from that, and that gets you $901.23.
Gross profit, but there's some more math to do, son.
There's more math, because we're going to factor in 20%. We used to factor in 15%, but supplies, eBay fees, blah, 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 has gone up. Also, gas
and I'm doing taxes this year, and it actually shook out to be in that 17% range. So some of our last few hunting videos, you know, the accountant needed to look at those because 15% wasn't quite enough. But I'm working all that through, making sure, because I make a little bit on shipping.
Yeah, so it kind of counterbalances.
But to your point, the boxes, we don't ship in bubble mailers. We ship in like DVD boxes, VHS boxes, etc. And those things are they're going up, but we're going to keep doing what we do. It's our brand. It's what we do. It's not Gaming Off the Grid. It's Nostalgic Planet, but it's a separate thing that we do, and it's a brand, and we're trying to keep that.
So integrity. We factor in 20%. 20% is $180.25. So that brings our total profit, money in our pockets, to $720.98. Guys, it didn't seem like that in the video.
No.
There was a couple things that was like, whoa, that's a big flip, but dude, little things add up. You can do this at home.
Yeah, the one to me that like kind of stands out from this video was that $10 DVD box.
With all those.
Right away I seen Street Sharks, which we kept. I could get 15 bucks out of that, but I loved the action figures, and I never really paid much attention to the cartoons, so I had to keep Street Sharks. Those MacGyver DVDs.
Yes, and then that sealed thing that was in there. The problem with those is there's a lot of stuff. It's like,
what I'm going to do is there's a local pawn shop that'll give you like 25 to 50 cents a DVD.
Oh, so just bring in
the box.
I'm
building boxes right now of that type of stuff.
And then you're going to bring in one lump sum.
Boom, and then I'll probably buy video games with what I get from it.
That's smart, dude.
Yeah.
That's smart thinking.
But one thing about those MacGyver DVDs, so I think, a lot of times you guys probably know I misquote what I think we're going to get.
Yeah, he's
for a
always
sale.
way over.
But here's what happened there. One of those MacGyver DVD sets, and I don't know if you can see it with what you showed on the sold listings or not, was missing 2 of the discs.
Ooh.
And it was missing, actually each set was missing 1 disc, and it was the same disc from each respective season. It was like disc 2 of the second season in that set.
That sucks.
Whatever. So anyways, it was missing some discs, and I still got that turn out of it, which when I got home, because you can't check the stuff.
No, it's all
in
it's all tape.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So that was rough, and I really liked that turn. But this is how it's done. This is how you got to get out there.
Yep.
This is how you got to grind. Have a plan. Don't spend too much time in the store.
Yeah. Get in, get out.
Have a battle plan. This is where I will go. This is my path. And then try getting a plan that's close to your work route. If you work every day, I can only go to these stores. There's so many stores in our area that I just physically cannot hit because I only have about 45 minutes after work before we start doing this thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you want to go out of your way and go to those stores,
Yeah.
it might be worth it, but this is the route we do, and it works, dude.
and $720.98 in our off season. No garage sales right now.
Yeah,
guys.
this is just thrift stores and pawn shops.
No garage
That's
sales.
crazy.
And that's really where you can really get some good
Yeah.
turns. But man, the clock is ticking. I'm starting to get that nervous tick. Yeah.
We're probably still 2 months out from garage sales here in
ready.
Iowa,
I'm
but
ready.
I'm freaking ready. We're gonna launch a new mini series when garage sale season hits.
Yep.
Super excited for that. I'm also super excited to talk about this beer.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. This is the Wonder Beer.
Like Wonder Years? I don't know if that's what they were
Wonder
going for,
Year.
but I don't know.
This is a double IPA by Exile Brewing Company and SingleSpeed. 2 Iowa breweries. It's a collaboration.
Yep.
Comes in at 7.5%. What do you think?
It's pretty damn good. Juicy, sweet.
Yeah, it's not too hoppy at all.
It kind of surprises me because Exile's not known for IPAs. So I have a feeling on the brewing side, SingleSpeed did some of the heavy
I
lift.
think SingleSpeed was really...
Exile did some of the distribution and branding type stuff. It's pretty dang good. I mean, probably an 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
It's pretty good. It's a nice, easy drinker. It's got good flavor. It's a little bit chewy. I do really like SingleSpeed. Exile, they kind of been going downhill, and this just kind of proves to my point that they've been going downhill, is if you look...
Yeah.
There's plastic, and I peeled the plastic off on one of these earlier.
It's just a wrap.
It's bottled in a Hannah can, which is an Exile beer, and then they put a wrap on it.
Yep.
That's lazy.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck happened there?
It is weird. Not trying to,
I've never seen that before.
I think Exile has the best restaurant / brewery in the state that I've been to.
Oh, it's so good.
But 5 years ago, I would have put them in the top 3 breweries in the state, and they're not there anymore.
No, they've dropped.
Yeah. So
I mean, I love going. We go to the restaurant a lot.
Yeah.
It's good to have a beer there.
they used to like us, and you guys may have known, some of you hardcore fans that have seen Robert get hit in the head with this bad boy. Oh, hey, dude, I got a bad joke I forgot
do
to
you?
tell you. Or me.
Both
I
of
think
us.
maybe our intro. I get the old whack, but nonetheless, they're not going to bring back the Sega channel. Exile was all about what we were doing here on Gaming Off the Grid, and
Until we gave them an honest review.
then one honest review later, and they don't really talk to us.
They ignored us.
We used to go in there and it was like, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing? What can we get you?" And now it's just like,
Keep it moving.
that's what I feel like. I feel like they don't like us anymore. But it is what it is. Just being honest.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're
yeah.
just being honest.
You can give us free beer. Doesn't mean we're gonna tell you it's good beer. All free beer is decent beer. Doesn't mean it's good beer. So, anyways,
But I'm really enjoying this. It's really good. Great Iowa brewery. I think it's just a limited release, so you probably can't get it because it's only available in Iowa.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this.
it is pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good job out of SingleSpeed and Exile. Guys, these videos, the whole purpose, the reason we want to do these is to help you navigate the waters. If you see one DVD in these videos that you're like, I had no idea, and I know that's at my local thrift, that's a win for us.
Yeah.
If you see, oh, I know my buddy has a bunch of these type of games and he doesn't care about them, and that's your way to chipping into this retro gaming scene where prices have gotten nuts. If you don't have a way to combat these crazy prices, you're gonna go broke.
There's no way you could afford to be a retro game collector by just living and working a normal job. I mean, unless you're working a crazy job and you're making a ton of profit. But like, games are so expensive. Like retro stuff, CIB, $100+ a pop for one game. Like,
Yeah.
If
I
you
just
do
think,
this, and you can get it for free,
I
basically.
feel like if you're in our demographic and you are, you know, spending your hard-earned money on this stuff, and you don't have a way to combat that and make some money back, you might not have your priorities in line, but that's for you to decide. But nonetheless, if you learned anything here, your day starts tomorrow.
Yeah, it does.
Get out there.
Go hunt.
Let it rip.
Yes.
And then let it flip. Make that money. Make that ching-ching. We had a comment recently. Somebody said, I don't think you guys make that kind of money. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, he's like, I highly doubt you
Yeah.
made that.
I don't know. Reach out to me if you're watching this video, buddy. We'll talk about the 1099.
Dude, we're showing you what we made.
Yeah.
It's just, you gotta put the time in. You go hunting every day.
Yep.
You have to. It's all about the time.
But it's not only, you know, time. I do it on my lunch break and I do it on my drive home.
Every day though.
But I sacrifice those amounts of time. I never eat lunch. Why? Because I'm a freak and I like retro stuff and I like hunting. I would rather find a game in the wild than have a cheeseburger.
Ooh.
But
Where's
anyways,
it live
we
by?
gotta finish this beer. Anyway, we'll see you next time right here on the one and only Gaming Off the Grid. Now get out of here and go hunt for some shit. Yeah.
And it works, dude.
And 728 and 700 and
Well, it's because we've super glued some joints.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's a
Maybe
day.
that just goes in the backpack too, and then we get like a just same thing, but just a new one.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you've had that for.
No, the one I had.
I thought that was the one you had.
The one I had is the mini one.
I thought you had that one too, or maybe we bought that.
I think we bought that one because we used to
Yeah.
use the mini one, and the mini
Yeah.
one's weak too.
Yeah.
Because after a while, the weight.
Well,
Try again.
yep. Redo. Hopefully, we have audio without a dead battery.
Check.
Okay.
It looks like it's flickering.
Yep. Okay. Game hunting has definitely changed, even in the time that I've been doing it. Over like the last. That's FedEx. Okay.
It's fucking good, dude. I love cheese. I love cheese. You heard me.
Is there mold on this sheet?
What? Better not be. I've been fucking eating it. Yikes.
At least on those two pieces.
I ate a lot of them. I was just eating off the top. That's not good.